Hey, 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 scrappy people. It's Tracy Reed here today with another edition of my Christmas in November 2016 album recap or wrap up or redo, or I don't know what you want to call it. It's something like that. I'm working on 2016 while we're in 2017, ramping up for December Daily 2017, and I'm showing you how to make the process of going back and scrapping your older Christmases easily without losing your brain. so I decided that I didn't really love the full page of that lime green card. So at first I was going to put these circles on here and cover it up, but I thought it was just too busy. So instead I'm going to use the black and white word paper from one of the papers from the collection, and I'm going to put it diagonally across the 4x6 to kind of mitigate some of that lime green. And I like that a lot better. And then I decided that I want to put something in the middle there. At first I thought maybe paper circle, but then I'm going to change my mind and put this poinsettia on there instead after I get it out of the plastic. I do kind of audition the lime green bows, but the whole point was to mitigate that lime green instead of create more lime green. So we're gonna go with the poinsettia instead, which makes a nice little centerpiece for that card. I'm gonna glue it down. And then move on. So now I'm going to start gluing down the card, or blah, 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 sorry, the papers and the photos on the cards. Remember, I pre-designed all of my pages, kind of like you would set up a foundation set of pages for a December daily that you're going to work on in the future. And so I have the paper strips and the cards that I've decided to use already chosen, and I'm just kind of working around what I've already done. So I'm looking through the die cuts, trying to decide what I want to use, and I've decided that I don't love that truck and car patterned card in the background of that photo, so I'm going to mimic the 4x6 card, and I'm going to use this paper as the base, and then create another diagonal with that wordy paper across the 3x4 card. And I like the repetition that creates. Of course, it'll just be sort of a faint repetition because I'll put the photo over it, so you won't be able to see it too clearly, but I will like it a lot better than those trucks and cars in the back of that photo. Yeah, I like that. So just going to glue down these other two photos, and then I'm going to start layering things on top of the photos. All four of these photos, including the one of the tree, are pretty repetitive color-wise. They were just a series of selfies I was taking with all of my boys except the teenager. He's starting to refuse selfies. I was taking with all of my boys in front of the Christmas tree, so they all have sort of the same tint and the same feel to them. So I printed the 3 selfies at the same size, and I kind of like the cluster that they make down there on the right hand side as like a reverse L shape, and then how the one in the top left corner kind of accents that, if you know what I mean. So I really like the layout of this spread and how balanced it looks. So I'm trying to make this meet me under the mistletoe sticker work, and it's a little bit big, but I decided to put it there anyway. First I'm going to fuss around with some other stickers, and then I'm going to come back to that card. I am going to put it there. It covers up our faces ever so slightly, but that's okay. I really like it anyway. Adding some more die cuts and stickers. Because I'm going back and scrapbooking a year after the fact, I don't have a lot of words to say, a lot of stories to tell. That combined with it was a pretty crappy Christmas year, I just don't have a lot of stories. So these sort of journaling labels with just snippets of whatever it is that we were doing works out perfectly for me. That way I can focus on the photos and having fun with the product and not worrying too much about trying to remember the stories from that Christmas. And I like that double label effect down there on the bottom. They're kind of small labels, so even a regular size caption is going to take up 2 of those little labels. So now I decide that I'm, oh my gosh, going to get stamps out. I know, it's amazing. I never use stamps, but there were some cute stamps included in the Cocoa Daisy collection. They don't really match Christmas. In fact, they're more of sort of like almost like a bad day stamp set, but there is this really cute chevron arrow that I wanted to use. Because this card looks watercolored, I thought I would layer some stamps over the top of it and it would make a cool kind of mixed media painty effect. So I'm going to stamp the ghost image of that red chevron, and then I'm going to get out some green ink and do one more in green. Just checking out those stamps again, making sure that there was nothing there that I could use. Although these bad day stamps might come in handy for this Christmas, since it was a kind of a crappy year, it's not going to go on this spread. So now I decide that maybe I want some more stamps. And since the Cocoa Daisy kit didn't have any Christmassy stamps, I decided to go out into my stash that I've already pulled for this year's December Daily and check out my Christmas stamps and find maybe a Christmas stamp that will work for this. Of course, after I finish messing with the stickers and die cuts. I'm going to add a title to this card with the Christmas tree as well. Maybe. As soon as I figure out where I want to put this star sticker. One of the hazards of working on the whole spread together is there's so many different cards you can put things on instead of focusing on just one at a time. There we go. Found my red stickers. So I'm going to put love from the red stickers on this card, and this cute little heart too. So I'm pulling the letter stickers off, and I'm going to place them down sideways along the edge of that bracket. And I have to hold this card up so I get them nice and centered. So it's a little bit off camera. And of course I don't get them centered, so I have to do it again. Second time's a charm. There we go. Get out the gold star sequins. I thought that this photo could use some bling since it's of the sparkly Christmas tree. And then I decided to add a few to the other cards as well. Now you can see me pulling out the Christmas stamps. I'm just gonna stamp on this die cut tag from the cut files included with the kit. And I pull out a set of stamps from Kelly Stamps to do it. I knew I was going to add those sequins. I decided to add the sequins before I start stamping so that they have more time to dry before I put everything in pockets. Okay, so now I've got my Kelly stamps out. And I'm going to use both the red and the green inks, and I'm going to stamp this stamp diagonally all over the tag, kind of in a stripy fashion, but kind of messy too. I knew that I wouldn't get it perfect because I'm terrible at stamping, so why not make it messy from the start? So I'm going to do all of the green stamps first, then I'll go back in with the red stamps and fill in the gaps. So we're going to fast forward through that. Voila, we're done. Da, 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 da. And now I've got a really cute patterned tag instead of just the white tag. And I decide that I'm going to put it right in the center, sort of like a divider, clipped right into the binder rings. But first, looking for some string that I can add in, and I found some red leather cord that's been hanging out my stash for a while. I need to go over to Target and find myself some baker's twine. I think I'm out. I'm sure they have it in the dollar spot at Target, or maybe they will in a couple days. I'm recording this on the day before Halloween, so they'll probably put their Christmas stuff out tomorrow. So I'm just tying the bow on the tag and wrapping this spread up. I love how that tag came out. I really do need to stamp more often. So I'm going to stick these cards in the page protector so I can test out where I want that stamp to go, or that stamped tag to go. Fast forward just a little bit here so you don't have to watch that. And now I'm going to decide where I want this tag, and I actually put it up here at the top and rearrange my cards, and I decided after I did that I didn't love that. So when I actually put it in my album, I put it on the bottom ring and then tied that bow up around the top ring so that it didn't do that wiggly thing. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give it a like and a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Thank you.